College football, it's more than just a run up the middle or a touchdown pass to the corner of the end zone. Before the coach is carried off the field or a title is won, a price has to be paid. At the onset of each season, colleges all over the country begin a period most simply called camp. Players and coaches gather for 2 weeks of football, eating, football, sleeping, and football. 2 weeks in the scorching August heat and humidity that coaches deem vital, and the players call hell.
It's hell week for 2 weeks. A lot of sweat, a lot of learning, a lot of sweaty bodies, a lot of bumps and bruises. It's a tough 2 weeks. It's players call it hell week, what it's called.
Its purpose is to just get you so used to football, always thinking about football. That's really those 2 weeks. That's about the only thing you think of is just football.
A big, huge transition period between having a lot of freedom and a lot of spare time, and going into something where, I mean, is really pretty much all-consuming.
Well, training camp is what it is mostly. It's a time to prove yourself. Everyone comes into training camp. Most people have been conditioning real hard in the summertime and throughout the off season, and they come in and they want to show the coaches what they can do.
Gary Treadle, 5'7", 178 pounds, senior running back, All-American as a junior, holds 18 school records going into the season.
You look around and you see everybody and think, you know, you try to assess the talent that's there, the new guys that are coming in, and I was looking around and I thought, we have a lot of transfers and this is looking really good, and I was thinking, how are we going to get all these guys to know each other, and how are we going to get everybody to be friends and to be able to work together as a unit. And
transfers, freshmen, returners, 115 football players, 115 different personalities, and a single quest: unity. Aaron Benner, 5'6", 155 pounds, senior wide receiver, has started every game since freshman year, is 7th on St. Thomas's all-time receiving list.
It's my 4th camp here, and basically, it's hard, to be honest. You come in here and you live in the dorm for 2 weeks, wake up at 9, earlier than that, excuse me, wake up at 7, eat breakfast, practice for 2.5 hours, 2-hour break, practice for another 2.5 hours after that. Basically, you eat, sleep here. Eat, sleep, play football, for 2 weeks, and by the end of camp, you're ready to go home. You're ready to go home, believe me.
Along with a crop of new hairstyles comes a new batch of transfers trying to make the cut, including Joe Dinius, 6'3", 202 pounds, linebacker, junior transfer from North Hennepin Community College. Joe hurt his knee at North Hennepin and has been out of football for 3 years. So why the comeback?
Because I still love it.
Yeah.
And I had the chance. I found out I had the chance. I have 2 more years left, and I mean, you only got a certain amount of time in your life, and it's something I've always loved, and I just wanted to give it another shot before I didn't have any more chances left. So.
Head coach Vic Wallace, 10 years in coaching, in his 4th year at St. Thomas, looking for first conference title.
But why we're here is to win some football games, to win them all. And the things that we do, the rules that we make, the way we enforce the rules, the way we practice, the coaches' meetings, your commitment. If you're not here to win football games on the varsity level and to play your role, whatever that role is, then we'd like to have you just phase yourself out over the next about 3 or 4 days. Because by the middle of the next week, we just want everybody that's committed. Now tonight, we didn't plan anything because we want to keep it open for you guys to kind of get to know each other. It's real important to realize that out of this group of about 115 people, there's about 70 new people, transfers or new people to the program. Don't feel like you're alone or of knowing anybody. I want you to go in and introduce yourself. I want freshmen walking into the upper class rooms. I want upper class people walking into the freshman rooms. I want you to get to know each other.
On that first night, Joe Dinius and fellow transfers take Coach Wallace's advice and hang out in Joe's dorm room. With a number of the transfers coming from North Hennepin, Joe was not coming to a team of unknowns. He also played for 2 coaches at North Hennepin who are now at St. Thomas. But the main reason Joe decided to make a comeback was his burning desire to play football again.
Well, the thing that made me decide to come back was the desire for football that I had, and I wanted to fulfill it. I had a question in the back of my head that I really wasn't answered, and I mean, the main reason I came here was because Burke and Roney were here, and I knew that I'd get a fair look. I mean, being out of football for 2-3 years, coming into a program, it's kind of hard just to jump right in and prove yourself. So I was lucky that there was someone there that knew how I could play and give me another shot.
Work low, hide your numbers. Low and square, low and square.
There you go. Square enough.
Hide the numbers. You're up too high. You're up here, guys. I don't want to see this.
Bill Burke, 16 years coaching, in charge of front 7 of defense, came over with Coach Don Roney 2 years ago from North Hennepin Community College. Fundamentals maniac.
I think a lot of seasons are won and lost by what does or does not get done during those first 2 weeks. I think you set the foundation for your season as to exactly what I said, what you get done or don't get done during those first 2 weeks.
Low, stay low, low, square. There you go. Shuffle it down low, low. Come on. Shuffle it down low. Come on. Keep it low, keep it low, keep it low. Butts down.
Hide your numbers.
Butts down. There you go. Keep your butt down.
Like most teams, St. Thomas focuses most of its practice time on fundamentals. And Coach Burke is the king of the fundamentals.
Be quick. Elbows in. Elbows in. Oh, you were caught with a narrow base. You're caught with a narrow base.
The heels shouldn't be touching each other.
Good job, Blake. Good job. There is no coach living that could convince me that fundamentals aren't important. I will live and die by fundamentals. There's more than one way to skin a cat, and I certainly can appreciate that. But as far as I'm concerned, as far as my coaching goes, fundamentals is where it starts, and it starts with the first step.
You want a positive step. There's a line.
Always positive. We never at a 5-yard depth. We never ever make a shuffle step at a 5-yard depth. That's out. You're playing at a 3-yard depth. You've got to make a shuffle. You got a clear alignment. You're playing at a 2-yard depth. You got to make a shuffle. We're at a 5-yard depth. You want a positive step. You want to attack the line of scrimmage. You want to get as much real estate back as possible. We're putting you back at 5 yards to give you a chance to play some football. If you can't play at 5 yards, we got to move you up quicker, tighter. I said this morning, if you get up too tight, if you can only play the depth of 3 yards, I question whether you can play football at this level. We got to play it back there. We got to start out back there, and we'll adjust according to your speed.
Coach Burke is a real dynamic, hard-nosed individual. He gets out there and he loses himself totally in what he's doing in his coaching. He's totally wrapped up. It's interesting that Coach Burke is a part-time coach, and he has arranged his whole life so he can coach football. He knows more about offensive or defensive line and linebacker play than what you're going to find even in some Division I programs and even in some pro camps, and I've been both of those places.
What sort is your attack? Oh, yeah. Now the big fat fullback. Hell, I could have ran that hole. Here comes the big fat fullback. You here. Now when you open the sideline, Seaver, come here. Seaver's got to come off. All the people stay on.
Foot skills. We do those every day. Every day from the freshmen come in, they learn the foot skill drills. We go through it every day now until playoffs, through the playoffs. And those are, again, so important. They're fundamentals. You've got to have foot speed to play the game of football, especially nowadays.
Another linebacker just switching around.
Apparently all of the footwork makes these guys hungry. At least you'd think so. At St. Thomas's camp, lunch is much more than just filling your belly. Just ask the freshmen who are forced to do their best poverati.
I don't know the fight song, but last year our football fight song is a song that I made up myself. Hold on. It's a rap. You made me sing. Watch. Well, my name is DJ Libom, and I'm running real fast. As I'm busting out the moves, I am tearing up the grass when I get the ball. I take off, I play double flash, or is it lightning? I've got so much speed, it's quite frightening. Know what I need? I need a ball in my hands every play. The mighty Jaguars have, the mighty although we had our ups and downs, we know that EC charges out. Class D in conversation. EC is great. We will serve you for true devotion and the honor of our Father's Day. For the end zone, but if he don't score, well, that'll give another chance for him to score once more.
Most seniors don't have to participate in such an initiation, but if you came from a soccer team, they will not overlook it. And they didn't.
You know, you're sitting here quivering. What's his first name? He's here because he's soccer. Right here? No, back there. Body glove shirt. Right there, body glove shirt. Body glove shirt. Jeff Everson. Evenson.
Who are you? I'm Jeff Evenson. What do you play? Football. I'm a kicker.
Jeff Evenson, 5 feet 11, 170 pounds, senior place kicker, never played football, was a varsity soccer player for St. Thomas for the past 3 years, about to sing for his new teammates.
Oscar Meyer. My only has a first name, it's O-C-A-R. My only has a second name, it's M-U-I-E-R. And I'd like to eat it every day.
Making such a switch in sports had to be a tough decision for Jeff. So what was he thinking as he drove up to St. Thomas for camp? Not as a soccer player, but as a football player.
Do I really want to do this? I mean, you know, it was with me especially because personally it was always one of those things I always wanted to try kicking or playing, you know, and I never wanted to quit soccer to do it. And finally it was after knee problems and you know, just losing some actual desire to play soccer, I decided, you know, to go for it. And so I kicked some footballs over the summer, and at that, when it got down to the camp time, and I pull up in the lot, and the lot was, you know, pretty much full. There's 120 guys there, and I think there's a big difference between saying you're going to do something and kind of wanting to and actually doing it and executing what you want to do. So it was a real, it was a time where I was, you know, putting everything I've said on the line pretty much, you know, during the course of the summer. So it was reality for me, you know. This is actually what I was going to do.
At the end of the day's second practice, and at the end of most every practice, it's time to run and run. As if 2 practices a day weren't enough, players go through a full day. Let's take a look. Players are forced out of bed around 7 to make breakfast at 8. Then it's into the locker room and the training room to get taped up. Special teams players, mainly kickers and snappers, are on the field at 8:45. Stretching starts at 9. and the first practice is officially underway. After the 2.5-hour practice, the coach will generally give a talk, and at St. Thomas, practices always end with a team shout. At 11:30, some go in and shower, while others just didn't get enough punishment and head to the weight room. Lunch starts at 12:15, as the singing freshmen know all too well. A 2-hour break between practices is usually filled with some rest or Nintendo, or maybe a quick haircut. Coaches can also take this time to go over practice plans. At 2:30, the locker room and the training room fill up once again. Special teams head out at 2:45, joined 15 minutes later by the rest of the game. Another 2.5-hour practice comes to a halt with a speech by Coach Wallace, and again the team shout. Some stay after practice for some push-ups and sit-ups, and of course the special teams players do their thing again, and some feel the need to get another fix in the weight room. Dinner commences at 6:15. Team meetings follow at 7:30, where coaches go over the details with the players. Coaches talk over strategy again at 8:30. Some players feel the need to be absolutely huge, so what else? Off to the weight room. Once back in the dorm, some crash early, some stay up late and watch a little Letterman, while others stay up even later and lose their money in a friendly game of poker. Hey, at least they can still get 4 hours of shut-eye, right? All of this for 2 weeks straight. And on top of all of the learning that needs to be done, the coaches say that their primary concern is that they get the players meshed into a unit.
Now, what you have to do in those 2 weeks of two-a-days is get those freshmen who've come from all different kinds of football programs, different types of everything. I mean, everything's different, you know. Getting all these different personalities, all these different schemes these kids have been taught, and try to mold them in 2 weeks, try to mold them into a cohesive unit.
Usually, the coaches will try to get the bonding aspect accomplished while going over plays or drills, but that can be difficult when the players start to get sick of the drills.
You just repeat the plays over and over again until it comes so automatic that it's almost sickening. But then when the game and you're all excited and your adrenaline's flowing, you don't get overwhelmed by the point of the football game. You got to know, keep your calm, and the way you do that is by knowing your position.
You better move, Captain. Bravo, looking sharp. If that guard takes that step, and if that back goes in that direction, you haven't moved yet, you're dead. If you're still doing this on that, you are dead. Yes. Let they both step.
We teach in phases. We take our foot skill drill, and now we go to a phase where we're working on blocking schemes. An offensive line doing blocking schemes that we'll be facing that week. So it's a progression that we teach. We just don't jump around. There's a natural progression to this thing, and that's our next step in progression. That we now go against the offensive line or people similarly in offensive line.
All we're trying to do is we're trying to cram all kinds of football into all your people's minds, so you have a general idea of how we're trying to do it. Both the punt teams, the kickoff teams, extra point teams, the defenses, the offenses. That's all we're trying to do. It has nothing to do at all with being number 1, 2, 3, 4, this sort of thing. It's just there's nothing to it. Trust me on that. In fact, if you want to go and take a picture of the depth chart the way it is right now, see how it is.
Probably the best coach I ever had. I mean, foot skills get monotonous and they get overbearing sometimes, but I tell you, when it all comes down, when you're playing the game, and then it comes natural, it really pays off, and he's a stickler for it. He really makes you understand the game. For some reason, every time he explains stuff to me, I can catch on pretty well. He's a really good teacher when it comes to that.
Knowing Burke and having that much respect for him made it easier for Joe to get back into football. But Joe admits it wasn't all that easy to get started, at least initially.
It was rough getting back into it again, especially with meeting a whole bunch of guys. That was probably the biggest camp I've ever been in, and it was a little scary at first, but there were some people I already knew, so it made it a lot easier.
At this stage, what I see as I walk around is I see guys that are really concerned and trying to learn, and I see a little bit of confusion yet. And let me tell you, at this stage, that's not a problem, because I know that as long as you keep an open mind and you keep trying to do it and you keep asking questions and you get repetition, the confusion will leave. It'll be gone in a couple days with the stuff that we got in now. Now there'll be some things that are introduced, but don't let the confusion dampen your spirit. You've got to keep working and you've got to ask questions. And very important is when someone else asks questions, you listen. Keep working on fundamentals all the time. That's what it's all about.
There's the word again, fundamentals. It's almost like song around this place.
I have a particular story that I like to tell about fundamentals. A friend of mine was a coach and had a babysitter that her dad happened to be one of the top pianists in the world. He took her home one night, walked her to the front door. It was about 11 o'clock at night, and he said, "Who's playing the piano?" And she said, "That's my dad." And he says, "Well, what's he playing the scales for?" And she says, "He plays the scales 4 hours a day."
Of course, with all of the basic coordination drills comes the brain work. Hours are spent during camp cramming team plays and individual assignments into that brain, much of it at the chalkboard.
We'll keep this one up half a step or both, so we get him here first, him here second. I don't want this person to hesitate. 4x4 relationship. We don't do much option, but once in a while it looks like, make it look like we do. We don't do much option. Blocking, but basically, fullbacks, you're looking for that person right there. But when he makes his contact here, you should be right there. You can never get to a hole too fast. Fullbacks can never get to the hole too fast in 21. It's impossible. Trapping here, this person gets trapped. We'll trap the first person. That, though, would be the time. If we see this.
Of course, coaches aren't the only ones demonstrating at the chalkboard.
Diagram it, miss.
There. This person can actually work smooth the inside to cut him off, or...
Put the big end in. That the big end right there? I spit on that big end. Here's the field. There were people, I swear to God, there's about 30, 40,000 there. Well, about 20,000. And right here is like a little runway. Here's our sidelines right here. Right here, there's a little runway. All these little kids come up and ask you for autographs, ask you to try on your helmet, all kinds of shit. It's really fucking great ego trip. So, I was sitting down after a big fucking play. Kicking some ass. And this little kid, little butch haircut, you know, he's about Stalin's size. little, he's got white eyebrows, a lot like me. So he loved me. And he comes up to me, number 21, can I have your autograph? He had his big blue eyes shining right at me. Take the pen and paper, and I go, you know who I am? No. I go, my friends call me the killer. The killer is. I'm walking off the field, everyone's going, killer, killer.
Not all of the drills at this camp are the monotonous, hard-hitting type, even when they're repetitious. Receiver coach Don Roney makes an effort to keep his players intense but relaxed in his drills. Just ask Aaron Benner and the rest of the receivers.
I think for my position receiver, it was great, all the monotonous drills. I mean, catching 3 balls at once, that's all psychological. You get in a game, you drop one, you say, hey, I've been catching 3 balls thrown at me, you know, I got to hold on to them. And, you know, you're like a machine almost in practice, but I tell you, if you hit a certain zone in the game, it's just like practice, you know. If you're in that zone, you're like, no D-back can stop me right now, because, you know, Coach Roney's been throwing balls at me, you know. Just back to back, boom, 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 you know, I can catch this. I run this route all the time in practice, you know. So it does help.
Put the balls out here, put the balls there, okay? It does not come out easily. 3 points pressure. Catch the ball, tuck it, dip a shoulder, and keep running straight down the line, all right? Hey, I'm gonna knock Lawrence Taylor out. Yeah, pass the ball. 3 points pressure. The big beat you, AB. The big got you, AB. Made you fumble. There you go. Twirl. Go. You were saying don't move, don't. I want you to move that foot back right there. I see your footprint. It's right here. Move it right there. Move it, put it right there. Put that foot. That's exactly where you were. Okay, now I'm going to show you some of the football field.
You then progress into small teamwork. You get into 3-on-3s, you know, 5-on-5s. Then you go like half lines. Then you go 7-on-7s. Then you go full scrimmage.
Exchange. Fight the pressure again. That's it. Make a pile in the middle.
Come on, line. Go hard. Yes. 1, 2, 3. Shirts on there. What are you controlling? Let's go, guys. Come on.
Next. 22. Right to left 22. Real quick hitter. So it's easy now. Yeah. Strong tackle. Right 22 on 1. I'm ready.
Break! Hey, hold on.
I got 2 holes over here. All right. 2 holes.
Way to go, Matty.
Come on, Cronin, let's go.
Stop time.
Come on now, Olac.
Whoa.
Attaboy, Leonard, attaboy.
You fucking lost it, man.
Come on. God damn it. Come on. Pull up. Get a good initial. Fuck.
Them legs driving, man. Come on, baby.
Get your hips under you. Let's go.
There's nobody heads up. Okay.
45.
I just don't shake it.
45. On 1. Ready?
This is it. This is you, baby. Come on now.
There you go. Leg, drive.
Closer together. Beating on the ground. You can't separate, you can't play. Good job in there. Separate. With this stuff, you're not blocking. Okay, you're not playing both ways. Separate. Get your hands into them. Go. Set. Good penetration, good job, good. We control the gap, we can stay low and control the gap, and linebackers are going to make most of the tackles. Linebackers are going to make most of the tackles. We did a pretty good job today. We'll look on the film, we'll see, we'll evaluate whether or not you took the correct, proper first step, and what you did. We had some good blows delivered. However, I think some of you guys forget whether you got on blue shirts or white shirts. An awful lot of this. Not extended, not separating. That was the worst thing that we had done today. The worst thing that we did was we didn't separate. The second worst thing we did poorly was standing up. What we did do is rip somebody a few shots. That's some tough son of a bitches over there, boy. When we play good defense against that line, we're going to play good defense against anybody. Go get yourself a drink. Good job, guys.
That way.
Apart. Oh, didn't move at all. All right, here we go.
Move it. Impact there. That's because we're going. Well, don't make it move ever. Here we go. We're going back to the huddle. Well, if they're low. Don't let him. Don't turn tight. Balls are moving too. 12 to 30 inches apart. Hit. Oh, 10 down. Here we go. Let's go. Down up. Move it. See him, man. Did you see it wiggling? If I didn't. Let's go. I didn't do it. Go. Mitch did. Let's go. Down up. Mitch, you did it. Fuck, you didn't. Let's see him. Get your ass out of here and go inside and take a shower if you don't do what we asked you to. And quit arguing with us. Why in the hell would we say you did it if you didn't? What the hell you think you are? Are we enemies? Are we doing the same thing? Okay, then quit arguing with me. And quit arguing with him. You guys go and get your 10 down, up, done, and we'll go on without you. Get going. He's your partner. Get moving. Get over on the side. Let's go. Let's go.
Coaches, especially football coaches, do tend to get ornery at times, at least on the field. But off the field, the coaches show that they indeed can be human.
The big lefty, Louis Tion. That's great.
Are you pretty quick at that thing?
No, wait, Coach, I'm serious. I'm going to do this.
Come on in the room. You gotta be in here for this.
God, don't.
Whether yelling or laughing, the coaches are constantly thinking football, and nowhere is that more evident than in training camp.
I don't think any coach puts in more time than Coach Wallace does. He's here 12, 14 hours a day sometime in the off season. I got to wonder what he does all the time. But he thinks football, he lives football. You know, he's a football coach, and that's what he does. And I think, you know, he's excited about this year, and the guy has enthusiasm. And I really think that he knows what he's doing.
And my job is to put together the program so that it runs efficiently, and when we hit the practice field, everything is organized, everything is according to a plan, and that takes a lot of outside hours. When you are committing 8 or 10 hours a day to the actual coaching of football, then you also have to put in another 4 or 5 or 6 hours on the behind the scenes so that things are ready to go for the next day. To answer your question, I don't get bored with football. I don't get bored because I'm working for the players. And I feel that I know that they're working for me. I know that they're working for each other. I know that we're all in it together, and it's exciting to be part of the whole organization and team.
Coaches do a lot of work behind the scenes, but they are not the only ones.
The trainers put in the same hours as sometimes more hours than the players do. So you know, I can't say enough for the trainers. They're always, you know, they're out taping us before practice. They're getting water to us during practice. You know, if someone gets hurt, they're right there during practice. They're there all practice long. After practice, you know, people ice after practice. They're there then. So I don't think you could have a successful football team without a good set of trainers, because I mean it goes hand in hand. Because people are going to get injured playing football, and you know, a good training staff it's very important, and we did have a very good training staff.
Oh, my role during camp would be simply the care, the prevention, the first aid, the evaluation, you know, treatment, rehabilitation of all the different injured athletes that we have. Biggest fear that you have in football is that, you know, the #1 direct fatality in football, direct cause, is that of a head injury, you know, resulting in a subdural hematoma. So our biggest concern is making certain that those football helmets fit properly. And then the classic, the #1 indirect fatality in football is that of heat stress, and that always comes on the first 2 weeks of practice. And we really worry about that. You know, if they're not getting enough water and they're really getting burned out and run down, that really makes them susceptible to that kind of problem. So we're really kind of hounding them as far as the kind of water that they're drinking.
It's so humid that all of the windows are fogged up everywhere, at home, here at the office.
This is about as humid as it ever gets. Yeah. Dew points today, again, the dew point is an absolute measure of how much water.
Basically, for our student trainers, we just wanted to, it was more of a learning experience. And what our basic obligations were, first of all, was taping, just to, you know, get the players ready for regular practices and games. And then we had to go and be out on the field while they were practicing and just watch for any type of injury or any type of hazard that might happen during practice. I thought that there was a lot of contact, and that really surprised me because it seemed like we were taking out our own guys. And especially during the camp, there was a big heat wave, and the heat was really bad. We were constantly getting water for the guys, for the athletes. I thought that there was a lot of contact. I thought that there was a lot of contact. I thought that there was a lot of contact. I thought that there was a lot of contact.
It's tough. I mean, if you can get through these tour days without any kind of injury, you're blessed, believe me. Because everyone gets a sore neck from the first day of hitting. You know, I mean, 100% of the guys must have some kind of injury. Either it's nagging or serious, but...
I hurt my knee, you know, last year. I'm missing the anterior cruciate.
They sell. I was there in January.
The growing.
Uh-oh. How'd you do that?
Running a 40.
First day of practice?
Yeah.
Trying to run it too hard? How long do you think you'll be out for?
A couple more days.
Yeah.
Nothing, sir. Bronchitis, man.
Bronchitis?
Yeah, listen. Hear that?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I think, you know, both Coach Dienhart and Coach Wallace, when I've been here, they've been very conscientious about the athlete and very sensitive to what the athlete's needs are. And yet, in the same term, you have to push your athletes. I mean, you have to work on intensity. So there's going to be people that get hurt. I mean, you can't avoid that. That's football being what it is. You know, you'd be a darn fool to think you're not going to get hurt.
Unfortunately for Joe Dinius, Casey's assessment was correct. No, Joe's knee is still fine, but his shoulder went out this time. It doesn't seem too serious, though.
I hate it when it happens. It's kind of like a nagging injury, or it's not really, I mean, it doesn't look too serious. All the players think you're, you know, they think you're in 2 days and you're taking it easy coasting, and I hate having people think that about you. And my main concern is I want to be healthy when we're ready to play ball, and if I have to sit out, I have to sit out, but I really hate to do it. This morning I tried to come out. I was hurting just as much this morning as I am now, and I came out and it's just, you know, there's a chance of making an injury last longer, and I don't want to do that.
As Joe sits out of a mini scrimmage with a nagging shoulder injury, a teammate falls to the camp injury plague.
Come here, buddy. Trainer! Coach! Oh, I'm sorry. Are you always putting your right backer over here that you don't have? We don't know where he's going to be when we call the play. You know, one play. Right. Stage 3, ready, set. You're down and ready. He's probably Dinger.
Shoulder. I'll show you some video here. This is a big day for us because it's always a big thing when you get those first hits in a regular scrimmage situation. Good week of practice. We got a long ways to go.
A long ways to go? The players feel as though they have gone through all they can, and the coach says they have a long ways to go. There's nothing they can do but keep going.
Hit! Hips, 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 stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, work, 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 work. Can get in the hole. We'll give up. That's it, Pete, stay with it, hips, 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 hips. Scroll and rip, scroll and rip.
push up, you rip. That's it. Rip up in the middle here. Rip up in the next one here. Rip up in here. When you march them up between the dummies. Get up on here. That's it. Don't jump. There you go. Now rip. That's good. No, wrong foot forward. Wrong foot forward. That's my thing. That's it.
9 on one-on-one. Ready? Break.
Give us the move.
Defense, take a look. All you guys.
Together now. You're not getting any drop line.
Making us look shitty.
Hey, what kind of shots you getting there, guys? Good. Pulling guard. Tight end, tackle, guard, center, guard, center, guard.
Burke continues with another stage. And good news, Joe's back after just 1 day of rest for his shoulder.
It's really strange when you get hurt, because when you get hurt, then, you know, no matter how hard people try to say, you know, they believe you and stuff like that, you have this thing in the back of your head that you don't know if people believe you or not, and you think you're trying to wimp out, especially during two-a-days. And that's not the case. So when you come back, it just makes you all a little bit better and happy that it's all over.
Offensive guards don't even do this anymore, do they? They block like this. Come on, here. Here we go. Center, guard, tackle. Here's a guard, tackle, tight end. Here we go, run it. Get a split there. 3-foot split. Come out low, stay low, eyes up. Stay low. Go. There you go.
Hitting the same guys day in and day out. It's lucky if a team doesn't have some scuffles. But making sure they don't get out of hand. Players and coaches address the problem right away, before there are any knockouts.
Former perimeter, we ain't interested in the conflict between offense and defense. We're team guys. We don't need that stuff. Run the play clean. After the play's over.
We're all working to make the team, and we're, you know, it's a competitive deal, but let's keep it all together. This over here, there was a lot of hard hitting and everything. I didn't see that there was any problems at all. All right, good practice, good day. Guys, we're down to where there's just about a very few hours left before we get out of the two-day camp. And we've got to be ready to play a ball.
Players realize that with more than 100 different personalities together in a single camp, minor scuffles will happen. They just see it as another way of getting close to each other.
I think it's part of football and combination of personalities. I mean, there's tons of different people out there just kind of pushed together in one location, and you're forced to live together and work together and do everything together for 2 weeks. And it's going to happen, and people get over it.
Knowing that things are getting a little tense, Coach Wallace decides it's time for the infamous tribal scream, just to loosen things up.
Been known to kill. All right. Our first game is with the Fighting Bees of St. Ambrose. We got to do this one right here. What happens is we get down here like a bunch of gorillas, see? Let the hands dangle down. Line back this, see? All right, now, yeah, kind of like the offensive linebacker. All right, then what happens is we raise up like this, we beat our chest like that, and we say, beat the bees! Like all right, get down there. All right, ready? All right.
After 2 weeks of fierce competition beating up on each other, Wallace's antics seem to work. Sensing the end of the camp and anticipating the first game, the players seem more relaxed.
On the defense, we'll go down here, and your guys are going to be working on a phase of your kicking game. All right, 3 huddle breaks, and let's break out of here and have a great practice. Okay. Ready? 3. Listen, here's the way it is. It's like this. It's like, ready, ready, come on. We'll do it again. Ready, ready, ready. Steal these balls.
We've talked to the coaches. All the coaches feel that we need to get up a chart of who's going to play in the scrimmage as soon as we can. We're going to try to get that up by tomorrow morning. You guys need to know, and there's just going to be some people that are not going to dress in it, and I know it's going to hurt your feelings, but I don't want you to leave the team because we need everybody. Feel good about the team and about your position on there, and keep working. On Friday morning, or Friday afternoon at 1:30, we're going to have pictures. There's team pictures and individual pictures.
You have to have that period where people just kind of get to know somebody without saying anything to them, and then, I don't know what it is, it's kind of undescribable, and you just pass a certain point where you break down the barriers and you start getting to know one another.
Shomer, no matter how you do it, you still can't hide your fat ass.
Gary Reese out here.
He's just jealous because he doesn't have down. He's just jealous because
I got a story for you. I'm at this party this winter. It's 130 degrees below zero. And I'm sitting just sitting on a couch, just having a good time. And Shomer comes up to me with this ugly slut girlfriend of his or something. He's wearing a short sleeve shirt in the middle of winter and comes up to me and goes, "Miz, how does it make you feel that my arms are bigger than your legs?" You've got to be kidding me. What a dark.
Obviously that's a lie because any girl that I be with would be slutty and wouldn't be ugly.
Playing football to build arms as big as legs may be one player's reason to play. But no matter what reason, why would they subject themselves to such punishment for 2 weeks?
Because I love to play football. I wouldn't trade my experience of football for anything else in the world.
I love it. I do it because I basically love it. I enjoy working with these kids.
It's not like a drug, but I would guess you get addicted to it, you know. You look out here, I see the lines painted for our first scrimmage and our first home game, you know, and you miss that feeling of people screaming at you and playing. You know, the practices are not fun at all. It's not like basketball or baseball where practice can be fun. But there's nothing like a football game.
No, if anybody loves football, it's worth it. That's all I got to say. It's no matter what you have to go through, it's still worth it.
If you love football, it's worth it. That's what Joe said at the start of camp. But would he still say that if he re-injured his knee that he spent 3 years rehabilitating? Well, that's exactly what happened. In the 6th game of the season, Joe got hit and went down. He managed to walk off the field, but his knee was hurt worse than it was 3 years ago. Does he regret it?
No, I really don't think I do. There's a lot of people outside of football that I know, and especially my father and other people that really thought I was crazy and didn't want me to come out again. And then I ended up hurting my knee again. Then all I could say is I told you so, and I still don't regret it. Maybe I will 40 years from now when my knee doesn't work, but I don't know. It was worth it. It was a decision I made, and I was happy to make it, so.
84 jersey. What's that stand for? 32 pants. Number 56.
I believe at the beginning of the year we had a variety of personalities, neat people. We had a lot of different personalities, a lot of different backgrounds, a lot of different aspirations, and I felt that the training camp this year was successful and that we got people to believe in each other.
I thought the team had a good camp, and of course I've never been in, a football camp, but I know, team camps, and I know the attitude and things that go on and the progress people make. And it seemed as though everybody was real focused.
Aaron Benner finished career at St. Thomas starting every game, set 7 school records, and wound up second on the school's all-time receiving list. And if he does go into coaching, he plans on changing camp schedule just a bit.
If I was a coach, I might have to instill, my own rules on that one. But, the first practice you need, that's up in the air about the second practice, I'm not sure. Coaches will tell you that they need it, but, I don't know.
Joe Dinius, does he plan on making another comeback?
Now I've finally made the decision, I'm not gonna. I satisfied the need I had this year, and I think if I were to go on with it again, it wouldn't be the same.
Why?
I don't think I have the desire anymore.
Head coach. Coach Bean, head coach. You want to get a picture?
Coach Bill Burke had the front 7 of the defense doing foot skills at the banquet. Jeff Evenson, the big question here, was the move to a new sport worth it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I wouldn't trade that in for anything. In fact, this isn't easy to say, but I definitely had more fun playing football here than I did playing soccer.
Head coach Vic Wallace captured his first conference title at St. Thomas and is still trying to recover from the tribal scream. Gary Treadle went on to break 30 records, named All-American.
After I got through the first 2 weeks of camp, I realized that we were going to have a successful season. I could just feel it, the way people walked, the way they carried themselves, the way they thought about the team, how confident they were. I mean, it just showed in everybody that we had a good camp, and everybody knew that we had a good team that was going to win. And whenever you walk out of a camp feeling that way, the first team you play better watch out. And then after that, it's just kind of like a snowball rolling down a hill. It just kind of keeps on building its size and building speed, and pretty soon nothing can stop it.
And the St. Thomas football team went on to take the conference and finished with an 8-3 record, advancing to the Final 8 in the United States.
And then my comeback was... I had a good comeback. You want to hear it? I had a cast on my arm last week that broke my wrist. So I go, how does it make you feel that a guy with a cast on his arm comes in for you on passing downs. Just, Shows, remember what my comeback was? Oh. My comeback was, how does it make you feel that a guy with a cast on his arm comes in for you on passing downs?
On my pinky, I broke my pinky.
Listen to him.
True.
Not true.